Like I say that all the time because the way my head is structured is like the Matrix when it comes to music. Sometimes I sit here and I write it out, and I can just sit here and just write anything that comes to mind, because a lot of the songs that I make come from my heart. I don't like putting myself in a box. Like I don't like to label myself as a rapper or just a singer. Like I'm an artist, because like this world will give you nothing. Like this world's not gonna give you anything. You gotta go get it. You gotta go get it for yourself. So definitely just know who you are as a person. Just don't let nobody take that from you.
Welcome to another episode of Good Soup After Dark. I'm your host, Jay Gonzalez. We have Morihrihart behind the cameras on the ones and twos. And as per usual, we have another special guest for you. She's a Delaware-based artist, hairstylist, model. I don't think there's anything that she hasn't done already. We'd like to introduce to the podcast, Vision. How are you tonight?
Hi guys, I'm doing great. How are you?
Not too bad. Thank you for coming on. And before we jump into things, that's your camera right there. Just let the people know where to find you.
You can follow me on all platforms at UC Vision. Literally.
Now, we can start with the basics, like just like your name, Vision. Like, where did that concept come from?
I was supposed to start a YouTube channel before like I started like coming out with my music. And that's kind of where I was kind of fishing around for like, what I can come out as. And I wanted something different. And at the time, I was in a relationship. So, I was about to do like the content creator relationship and pranks and stuff like that. But I was like, I'm just gonna do my own thing. So I came up with Vision, and then that just stuck with me since then. And I've been Vision for like 5 years now. So I've just used that towards my brand. I've used that with hair. I use that with everything.
And your YouTube channel, is that anything that you still mess with at all as far as like content creation? Or has that transferred over to Instagram, TikTok? Like, what's that like?
It's kind of like changed into, I kind of changed it into like my music profile. Like I haven't really started like the vlogging or like, showing like my lifestyle videos or like what I do and stuff like that. I more so just kind of like directed it to like my music and like my music videos and like, what I'm dropping lately, usually.
And let's get into the music. You seem to like just like the rest of your art when it comes to the hairdressing and anything else. Hairstylist. Let's talk about your music. Like how would you describe your style? And I know that's like a real generic question, but we just want to open it up for you to express yourself because you do different things even within your music.
I do.
Do you want to just talk about it? I know you rap and you also sing.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So I don't, it's so hard. I don't like putting myself in a box. Like I don't like to label myself as a rapper or just a singer. Like I'm an artist. Like I do everything. Like I rap, I sing, I write my own songs, I do poetry, I do spoken word, I journal, I write. I do a lot, when it comes to writing. So I just don't like to just feel like I'm just titled to one thing. You know what I'm saying? So I pretty much do it all. Yeah.
And how long have you been doing it all?
Been writing since like I was like probably like 10, 11. Like, like when you're starting to like color and like to do certain things in school, like I really started getting to like the arts and crafts of things. And then I like reading a lot. So I was kind of like that little girl in the back of the class reading books and like diaries of a wimpy kid and all those types of like Goosebumps. Like I just loved reading. And then that really set with me like, I want to like tell my story. I want to tell people like and show people like, I can do the same thing. I can inspire somebody like with my own testimony. So that's kind of what also pushed me as well, was just my own self and my own inspiration with that.
And I'm always interested in like the writing process as well, because like whenever people say writing, it could like encompass like different types of like styles of writing. Like for instance, we interviewed one artist where he says he'd stop physically writing. He just puts on a beat, records his voice, and then pulls from that and makes music off of that. Like, can you describe your writing process? Is it like pen to paper, laptop?
It's laptop. It's It kind of ranges. Like I have to feel the beat or no beat. It kind of just ranges. I can sit here and I can write something in an hour, or something can come up in 15 minutes. I can go in the studio with something written. I can sit here and write a story for an hour. But it kind of just depends on like how I'm feeling and the emotions. If I'm really heavy, like sometimes I just want to like get it off and bark. Like I'll just freestyle like whatever's on my mind, and it might be something fire that I can use later on. That's why people have like a lot of artists. We have like a lot of archives and unreleased files that we haven't used yet, because we have, you know, files like that where we're releasing emotions that we haven't shared to the world yet, or we're just not ready to. And then some people make tracks where, you know, they're just not made for people to hear. So I have a couple that people just haven't listened to, but like I had to I had to get it off. So yeah.
And just back to the question, like, do you like actually sit there and write? Is that like a daily exercise you do? I mean, you mentioned you do journaling as well.
Mm-hmm. Well, journaling is part of my daily exercise. I wouldn't say so much of like writing. I do want to get back into that. It was at a point in time where like I would even get like on a call with my friends, and we would just put on a beat and we would just freestyle and just really exercise. Like we'll just put like 3 words in a chat, and we'll take that and we'll try to like make up, you know, a song with it. You know what I'm saying? That kind of just gets your brain going. That kind of, if you have writer's block, that kind of inspires you to think about certain things and take you to certain places. So, you know, actually get that written down on paper. So sometimes I sit here and I write it out, and I can just sit here and just write anything that comes to mind. Because a lot of the songs that I make come from my heart. So like, it's not that hard just to, you know, write how I feel.
Okay. I have trouble spelling my name sometimes, but no I'm just kidding. No, but and as far as just like your music in general, like and you described it like you rap, you sing. Mm-hmm. What's out right now that you would tell people to check out to get a better idea of who you are currently?
Oh, that's a great question. I have a lot of people don't go on SoundCloud, so I dropped I will call it an album. I dropped an album, I believe, in the beginning of the year. It's called French Kiss, and it's the volume 1. I engineered mainly most of the songs. I didn't produce any of the beats. I don't have any copyrights or rights to the beats. But I do have a couple features on there as well, and a lot of poetry and spoken word. So I feel like that really dives into like who I am as an artist. Like, you know, she's, you know, very soft, her tone's this way, you know, she's very versatile, she can do R&B, she can rap, you know, she can really get the party going, she could really, you know, get that heartwarming feeling across, you know, to that audience. I could really tell a story. Like I really want people to really like dive into like what I'm really saying and how I'm really like structuring the songs together, because it's not so focused on like the beat or the cadence. Like, you know, people rock with that whole day, but it's just like if you're not hearing the words, you're not hearing the story. So like I would really like encourage y'all to go check that out. It's on SoundCloud. It's called French Kiss.
Okay, well, make sure you send us that link so we can put it in the description below. Mm-hmm. That being said, you mentioned that it is on SoundCloud, and you even like preface it like not a lot of people use it. And I know like different people have like different opinions about it, but I mean, just SoundCloud in general seems to be like a really good tool just to get your art out there, because you don't have the restrictions such as copyright and stuff, because it's not monetized in any way. Like,
and
is that
free? Like
right?
It's free, guys. Like I'm not asking y'all to pay nothing, or like y'all don't gotta go on Apple Music or nothing. Like you guys have files and tunes that's ready to hear. So I definitely encourage y'all to go listen to it. And not just me, like a lot of people put their music out on there and people just don't see it. And it's not like, you know, there's anything wrong with SoundCloud or anything. I think it's a really good platform to use. So I would definitely encourage people to go check that out.
Okay. And I want to get kind of into your lyrics more, and just like a shameless plug here, by the time this comes out, your episode of The Recipe will be out. And the whole point of that show is obviously to break down the lyrics and like share the meanings behind it, but just to give the audience here like an insight to like just like your process again, like as far, and you mentioned earlier as well that the lyrics really do come from the heart. Do you try to write like kind of true to who you are, or do you like take on a character or a persona whenever you make music, or is it a combination of both?
Wow, that's another good question. I guess it's a combination of both because it comes from like an alter ego kind of side of me, but it's also a part of me. You know what I'm saying? So like again, like a lot of the things that I write or I rap about is real life experience. Like I'm not going to sit here and rap something that I ain't live. That's not me. You know what I'm saying? So if I'm not a trapper, I'm not going to write about trapping. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
I'm just not going to do that. But I think certain songs and like certain how can I say, certain projects have those types of feels, you know, where people can sound like themselves, but they're giving off like, hey, I'm not even talking about myself. I'm talking about, you know, this person from their perspective or from their point of view. So it kind of just goes in with how you want to tell the story. And again, like what you're actually talking about. But for me personally, it's a mixture of both, just to answer your question. I hope I answered it.
No, absolutely. And I mean, I think it's perfectly okay to take on like a character or persona. Like, I mean, as long as you're not lying about yourself, like you say, you don't rap about trap stuff or like rap beefs or politics.
No, we don't do that.
I think Marie could kind of attest to this too, like kind of taking on like a persona to just be able to express yourself, because like your normal everyday self, like sometimes you might feel like you need that persona to get that out, you know?
Right.
Is that something that you can relate to? Like kind of in your everyday life versus like who you are as an artist?
Say that one more time.
Just like taking on a persona, like you said, you do that sometimes. Does that help you kind of get your emotions out in a better way versus like being, I don't want to say like being yourself because you're always yourself, but there's kind of like, you know, like you said, an alter ego.
Yeah.
I guess I was just trying to dive a little bit deeper into that. Marie, you got anything for me?
I understand what you're trying to ask, but at the same time, I kind of, tell me if I'm wrong. I believe that everyone who go on a stage have some kind of alter ego, persona, you can call it any word, that help them deal with the stress to be on the stage, deal with the stress to not only like just perform, but also perform something that really special for them. So it's not like not you. It's just more confident. Like you ever heard like Rihanna says, is like, what helps you to be like that, like a woman, like improved, how it's called, like strong and everything, empowered. Thank you. And she said like, oh, when I don't feel that way, I just pretend. So it's like you just pretend like you much stronger and everything, and people think it's like a different persona. That is whatever I said is have more sense.
Yeah, I understand. So basically, no, I wouldn't say so. Like to kind of answer her question too, like do I have a character or another persona that I use when I do write or when I do perform as an artist? I can't truthfully say yeah, because like I won't be me. Like how you said, like I can't sit here and say like, oh, like even though I'm not having like the greatest of nights, I'm not gonna sit here and act like somebody I'm not. I'm just gonna pretend I'm okay. Like that's the natural human thing that I think anybody would do. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, also like people do create those personas and those characters for like, you know, acting. People are creating a story. People are creating, you know, a theme and a setting to tell a story. So that part I do understand, and that part I can relate to as well. But I wouldn't totally like say like, yeah, that's me. Like, no, I'm Vision. I can't be, oh, I want to be Beyonce. Like, no, like I want Beyonce to help me know how can I get there to be. Like, I don't want to be her. You know what I'm saying? Like I would want them to guide me in a sense. Like, you know what I'm saying? If that makes sense.
Yeah, no, that does make a lot of sense. And I think that like some artists, whether it's like musical artists or like even me trying to like become a better interviewer.
Like not idols, but like, you know, people that they look up to, like celebrities and stuff like that.
Right. Yeah, and just kind of like piggybacking off of that, like you don't want to try to be somebody else because that pulls you further away from who you are.
Exactly.
So
People do it though.
You wanna pivot a little bit. I'm curious. I know you have the conversation before, but I didn't. So I want for you like a little bit share how you start. Like you said, you was interested in the school. I don't know if we have it on. Yeah, we have it on camera. You said you was interested in the school with reading and
At a young age,
do the
yeah.
poetry because like most of teenagers like start to like I'm awful in it. My rhymes is awful. I don't understand. I really like when people find rhymes what's just like stuck in your brain and you're just like, oh, how is possible to find that? But yeah, it's amazing. So you start like be interested in this and it's pivot to music. You start singing because rap and sing, we can say it's both a type of arts, but it's like different. Rapping
Absolutely. I
and,
mean,
and
like
singing.
the setting and the theme of it. Yeah, I wouldn't say like hip hop is the same as like literature. Like no, but yes. You know what I'm saying? So I said like I ain't gonna get into politics. I don't do that.
How it starts, like when you figured it out, like you said during the school you just like you have a like singing classes and someone said like you really good
Also
in
like
it, or
how
how
yeah.
you start to be like interested in the music in a way like, oh, I actually want to make it a part of my like biggest part of my
I
life.
started with piano lessons. I think I was like 5, probably 6. Like if I really, really, really think about it, I was probably like 5. Cause you know, like your parents like, what do you want to do? And you're like, well, I want to play the piano, or I want to be a ballerina. Like I did that. Like I did the ballerina for 2 days and didn't want to do it. And I did the piano and I liked it, but I wasn't so good with discipline. I don't want nobody telling me what to do. So she's like, sit up this way and put your fingers this way. And my fingers are cramping. And then I was also going through a lot, like through family. So like I didn't like being by myself. So like being away from my family and being away from my dad at the time, like I didn't like being in those places. So like I had piano lessons. I started getting into like arts and crafts after school. Cause like after school, like they have like the extra time and you can like have you got camps and you got certain things, you could do after school. And I was just always around that because, parents are always working. So, but yeah, like I started with piano lessons and then I just started singing. Like my dad was really big on music. Like ever since I was a kid, like he played a whole bunch of R&B. He played just CDs after CDs. Like, cause growing up we didn't have phones and stuff. Like I was still on CDs, VCRs, DVDs, radios and all that stuff. So, and I didn't know like until like I got like around like 19, 20, he was a DJ. So like growing up, all these CDs is his. So he did DJ mixes, he did all these. So as I'm growing up, I'm finding out like different R&B artists. There's like Tina Marie, you got, Beyonce, Adina Howard, you got like a lot of like R&B soul artists that I fell in love with. And now I'm like 20, 21 and I'm like, oh, like I remember these songs, you know what I'm saying? So he was a really big inspiration for me with music because I was just always around, just listening to it, like always in the car. We're cleaning up the house, you're playing music. We're going to the cookouts, they're playing music. And he was a graphic designer. So he did photography, he did videography. So we're going to the weddings, they playing the music and he DJing. So he's doing like a lot. I believe so. I believe he did it. I'm not sure. Dad, don't kill me. I don't know. But but he's really like that's where I get my, versatility from. I get it from my dad. Like he can't sit still. Neither can I. So I'm always on the move. I'm always doing something. But back to like what really like started everything. So again, like, piano lessons, I started singing. So I did the chorus thing. I think I was probably like 7, 8. This is when like I moved around a lot as a kid. So like I'm in Jersey at this time, so we're probably going from like Roselle to Broadway. So like we can't go over here because we don't live over here anymore. I can't take these lessons over here, so we got to find somebody new. And then that just always it was always an issue with me finding and attaching myself to something because I always moved around a lot. And that ties in with, like, I wanted to play the guitar. So, like, kids, we're going to school. It's Christmas. So I'm like 10 at this time. So like, yeah, I want to play the guitar. And my dad's like, well, we don't celebrate that. I'm like, all right. So how am I going to get a guitar? Like, even though we don't celebrate it, you still going to go and give me a guitar. So I think it was like a couple days after Christmas, he gave me my present. So not to make it seem like it was a present, but like, hey, like, I still care. Like, you still have it. But it was just like, darn it. Like, you couldn't even let me have that one pop. Like, you couldn't even like let me feel the joy of the Christmas, spirit.
Would you mind filling people as to why you didn't celebrate Christmas? Just a little context.
Oh, well, my dad and my grandparents were Jehovah's Witnesses. Well, my grandparents are still currently, and my dad, he's currently following another path, as I would say, I think. I'm not really too sure what he does, but that's what he does. So, yeah, I've been a Jehovah's Witness until probably like I moved out. I wouldn't label myself as a Jehovah's Witness, but we went to the Kingdom Hall. I went to the Grand Halls in Jersey, the communions, I did all that. So I know a lot of history. Like, I did the door to door. Yes, I was a little girl knocking door to door with a little watchtower. Like, I know all that. I know all the stories. So, but I'm not going to sit here and, say anything bad about the religion or bash them. Like, I love my grandparents and their religion. So, but I just know it's not for me. You know what I'm saying? But that did really, like, tie into a lot of, like, what we were saying, like, restricted, of, who I was as a child and me growing up and trying to find myself and things like that.
And how was that process of trying to find yourself in your own way? Because, you left that behind when you moved on, to be on your own. How did that affect you as a person, and like how would that affect your art in any way today, like just forging your own path?
I wouldn't say like it kind of like, I mean, it just made me realize a lot of things. I wouldn't say that it changed anything. Like, I think it really just broadened my perspective of life and, of how other people may perceive it. Like, I do still take on some, morals of the, of the practice. And I feel like some things are kind of just embedded in me too. So like, I have like very high respect for my elders. So it's just like, if I see somebody or if I see my grandparents, you're not going to lift a finger. That's just, some people are built within that with family, and some people are built within that within religion. And like, I've had both sides. So like, I've seen my father do it for, his parents, and I've seen it just built within the, like the home itself. So I would definitely, I would definitely say that.
Okay. And I feel like just like in our past conversations and like talking now that like a general theme for you is just like independence and kind of like making your own path. And I know in prior conversation we spoke about like, like making your own business decisions and doing like what's right for you as far as just like your art form. Trains. Sorry. So as of right now, you're like just taking it back to the art. You're an independent artist. You're not signed to any label. You do everything yourself. How important is it to you to maintain that?
Very. Because it's like at any point, somebody can try to take you off your pivot, and you can't allow that to happen. You know what I'm saying? So, and that means a lot in so many different ways. So that comes with energy. That comes with, just you being, an entrepreneur, you being an independent artist. I'm very prideful within that because I built it myself. Like, it's not like I asked anybody. Like, I had to go through a lot to really build myself as Vision, as YSV, and to maintain that stature. You know what I'm saying? Like, and a lot of people don't care about it. But, I'm a mom, I'm a stylist, I'm a model. Like, there's an image that I have to, attain. But also, I have to be modest. I have to be honest as well. So, I just hope people, when they do see that they do see that part of me as well.
And being that you do all these different things, like the business aspect of it, I've seen like, prior interviews that you've done and stuff. And like you speak of the importance of like knowing your own value and knowing your own worth. Can you speak to that a little bit?
Yeah, like I said, like I've been through like a lot of experiences to know what's good for me, what's not, and what's good money, what's not good money, what's good business, what's not good business. Like I've been through it, and again, like I've come from a background of entrepreneurs of the business side as well. So it's like it's not hard for me to catch like a red flag or like, hey, somebody's trying to like you over. Like, so I really think it's important that people really do like know who they are, like, and their value when it comes to being an artist or just coming as a creative, as a person. Whether that if you feel as though, like I said in my last interview, whether if you feel as though you want to charge. If you feel as though like you want to do a freebie, you want to collab, that's up to you. Like I just hope that when you make these decisions, like you rest at night. Because some people have big hearts, and like me, like I'll regret doing something because I feel like I did a lot more than what I should have got paid for. So I just make sure like, hey, like, well, this is my price. This is my fixed price. Like I've worked with people with budgets. I'm very like compromising. So it's like, it's not hard for me to like work with people, but then also know like, I still know my value. I still know my worth. So like, again, like I would just really advise people to just like really know who you are as a person and like what you feel as though, what you're worth to this world. Cause like this world will give you nothing. Like this world's not going to give you anything. You got to go get it. You got to go get it for yourself. So definitely just know who you are as a person and just don't let nobody take that from you.
I feel like you have a lot of insight and you probably have a lot of lessons that you can share. And I want to ask you, and you don't have to get into any specifics, but like, what was like
this
hard
tea
lesson?
is actually pretty good. I just want to know, this is great tea. Don't cut this out. This is great tea.
We won't say the brand name unless they pay us. But going back to it, like I said, you don't have to say any specifics or throw anyone under the bus. I know you were like really big into rap beefs, but we're gonna keep that off the show. But no, in all seriousness, like can you think of like a hard lesson you had to learn that maybe a newer artist possibly watching this can learn from? Like something that you apply to like your practice.
You can't be nice to everybody, especially as a lady. It's so hard to be a beautiful woman and to be caring and kind in the music industry, and people not take that as like something that you're meant to be played with. I'm not sure how it is for other women, but like people just take their chances. Some people don't have nothing to lose, so they're going to try you. They're going to feel like they can say anything to you, or like, hey, well, I think my music is better. Well, I need you to collab with me, and I feel like we can make it to the top. Like, what you need me for? If you think you good, right? So like, why are you telling me something like that? Like I've gotten so many things. It was mainly from men. So like, just to keep it real, like I don't have any women that's ever DM me or tried to work with me, ever try to like bash me or say anything bad about me. It was always the men. So it's just like, oh, well, Vision's this way, or Vision don't want to work with me, and why she acting like this? And it's just like, I said it in my last interview, you can't keep business is business. Everybody want, like Delaware is so small too, so everybody want to touch on everybody. We not doing that. Like we not doing that. So
keep your hands to yourself.
Like no touchy. We don't do that.
Fair enough.
So I really just like I said before, like when women, it's hard for us to maintain that composure if we don't come with a team, or we don't come with somebody, or like we don't show like we mean business. I feel as though like, I can walk in a room and like people can respect me and know like, hey, like I'm coming in here to lay this bar. Like I'm not coming here to just fool around. You know what I'm saying? So I hope that answers your question.
Yeah, no, it does. And maybe we could press a little further, like speaking, because you are a woman in the industry. Mm-hmm. Like, can you expound upon can you get into more detail about like being a woman in the industry and like what you want people to learn from your experience as a woman in the industry? Because you mentioned like, is it like I mean, obviously keep your hands to yourself, guys, but like, do you think and correct me if I'm wrong, but like, do you feel like people can feel entitled to getting what they want from you professionally? Like you mentioned, like, oh, let's collab, let's go to the top, but like not, okay.
A lot of people will use, I'm not speaking on anyone, but I know from just people, because people, everybody wants something from everybody. Everybody wants something. So it's like, what can I get from you that I can benefit from? You know what I'm saying? So that may be me laying a verse or me doing a hook, but that ties in with, again, like knowing your worth. Like if you want something out of me, I gotta get something out of you. Like it's business. But a lot of people don't take it that way. That's why I said like it comes with the personal, or men will get really snippy, or like they just don't really know how to talk to women. You know what I'm saying? Or just keep it professional. And I've only just been in the East Coast scene. Like I haven't really traveled much, so I can't speak for like all like, you know, parts of the world and, you know, industries and things of that nature. But just throughout my experiences, like it's just been pretty trash. Sorry. Like I've had a couple good experiences. I would say shout out to Reek Roman, like that's my engineer. He's stationed in Wilmington. So being with him, that was probably like my best experiences ever. Like being there alone. I haven't recorded there alone. I've always had like sessions with other people. So that's definitely like in the works. But he be booked like 2 months to a couple weeks out. So I definitely just appreciate like I said, just the open of the atmosphere, just allowing for artists to come in, allowing artists just to, you know, showcase like who they really are. And then he works with people so well. Like he's so like compatible with, you know, sounds and just mixing and everything. So like, yeah, shout out to Reek Roman. If y'all want to record him, I definitely advise Reek Roman. So yeah.
For sure. Definitely. Yeah, we've heard a lot of good things about him. And I think we've seen him a couple times in passing. He seems like a pretty solid dude.
Did he engineer? Nah, I went to another art studio. I thought he engineered Visions at Night. I don't think he did that one.
Okay.
I think I went to Lair Studio. Shout out Lair Studios. His name's Kill. It's just I always be out Wilmington this way now, so it's just easier for me to come to the studio. But yeah, I got 2 home studios that I go to.
Okay. And I kind of want to keep going into the, like more of the positive aspects, because I mean, like you said, a lot of it can be trash. A lot of it has been trash that you dealt with. But if we could kind of pivot into the more positive experiences and like, you know, feel free to name more people that you've had positive experiences with.
Absolutely. Well, just, you know, just networking with people when you go out to lounges, when you go to certain events, when you know, see that flyer, you're like, hey, open mic night. Use those chances to network with artists and talk with other artists. I've gotten a lot of opportunities just by networking. You know, I didn't have to really pay or have to do anything, like maybe like a cover fee or like maybe just like $10 to get in or something like that. But shout out Kai, Shut It Down Entertainment. He does a lot of events. You know, I performed a lot for him. Let me see. And again, I think the positive aspect with the industry as well is just, you know, just collabing with people that you are compatible with. Like a lot of people that I work with, like I really mesh well when it comes to music. So like we have the same kind of structure of a mindset when it comes to like building like the layers of a song. So shout out B-Roy. He's definitely a great artist as well. White Tiger, Loverboy. I've done music and features with these guys. I'm definitely looking for some female artists. Like I haven't come across any female artists yet. But I'm definitely looking to collab with a female artist pretty soon. So yeah, another positive aspect when it comes to music, like again, like just being able to be yourself, you know, like just being able to be just unapologetically you. Like just no judgment, no anything. It's just a free zone. And again, like you can, knowing your worth and knowing your value, is just, it pays over time too. So it's just like, you're sitting here and you're putting your music out and you're marketing yourself, and that's also an upside. Even some people who aren't worried about the financial part of it, but there are, the pros to it. You get paid for what you do. So when people look at you, you get your views up, you start marketing yourself on all these platforms, you're going to start seeing your revenue build and stuff like that. So there's a lot of pros to working with people and, just being in the industry itself. But like I wouldn't want people to like discourage themselves because of like any experiences of what they heard or like what my experiences may be. Like if you feel as though like you want to be a singer, you want to be an artist, like go for it. Like don't let nothing stop you. Don't let like, oh, because I can't work with this person or like this producer is not hearing me. Like there's somebody on this earth that's gonna know exactly what you're talking about and know exactly what bell sound you're talking about. So definitely just keep searching, keep looking, and like I'm on the same journey. I'm just continuing to network with people, seeing, who can really like layer a song with me. So it's a lot deeper than just making a song. Like I say that all the time because the way my head is structured is like the Matrix when it comes to music. So I take it a lot more serious than more people, I feel like, when it comes to like the structure of the song.
So I want to talk about like what your future plans are.
Mm.
And we had a couple conversations, but like, what is your vision for Vision in the future?
Oh man.
You can go as broad or as specific as you want.
I want to be a travel stylist. Like I want to travel the world. Like I don't see myself being in one place. I think that's really like a dream of mine. As far as like, forward planning all the way out. But as far as like the next like year or so, like I gotta graduate. I'm in school for barbering, so I'll be graduating towards the end of the year.
Oh, okay.
So I'll have my master barber's license. So that will help me be a travel stylist. So once I complete that, then that'll really tell me, where I want to be and how I want to, position myself. But ultimately, um, I want to be like a CEO of like minor companies. I want to take care and help other people manage their companies. So I don't see myself like being the worker. Like I want to be the person that helps the worker, but I don't want to tell the worker what to do.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's not really what I want to do. But I want to be like basically in like human resources. So I definitely see myself like helping other people in that area.
Okay. And like kind of facilitate people into doing the right thing to help them grow your business. And your
So if
vision
that's
as well.
like even with like artists, or if that's like people who want to do photography or people that want to do hair, like I can show you anything that you have in mind. So
Because
like
you've done it
I
all.
want to, yeah. And it's not hard to like continue to like put in the work and research and like really like teach yourself like how to like really learn something. It's not. I don't think people just take the time and the focus to like, hey, like maybe I want to start a new hobby today, and I can learn how to paint, and then you can take the time and actually teach yourself. But again, people just don't take that time to do so.
And how important is it for you to just like keep learning in general? Because like you already do all these things, and then you're also in school
I like
currently.
learning. Like I do. Like I mean, school's kind of boring, but it's because of like it's just because of the environment. Like I feel like if I had more people in class, like it's only a few people in class. I don't have a lot. So like school's changed now. You know what I'm saying? So like from me coming from high school, coming from college, and then going into like hair, you don't really have a big class. Like my class is as big as this. So it's just like it's like all of us and then the teacher. So it's just like, well, I'm just gonna go in here and do what I do and then leave. It's not like exciting, but the learning aspect is like, oh well, I've already been around here all my life, so just knowing the more like the more depths of it is just it's fun to know. It's exciting.
And you said you're currently going to school for barbering specifically. Like you already are a hairstylist.
I do braiding.
You do braiding.
So braids, locks, natural hair. I've been like in the hair business since I was 7. So like my stepmom, she was in the field, so she's been doing it for like over 20 years, and then it just travels down to the kids, and here I am braiding.
Okay, so it is a learned thing, and then now you're going to school for barbering specifically,
Yeah.
just to expand like your clientele, or
Yeah. Well, that too, and there's other things that I can do as a master barber. Like I also have my esthetician license, so I can do like facials, I can do like shaving and things of that nature. And also with me doing braiding, I can do cuts, I can do fades, temple fades, I can do layer cutting, I can color. So now I'm licensed to do so. So I can go into any shop, I can travel anywhere and set up shop without somebody having to question me or me
Right.
getting run down by the board like, hey, you can't do this. Like, nah, I can just start and do it anywhere.
now are you gonna do anything like I've seen like the Turkish barbers where they like slap the shit out of like the guys?
No,
that
I'm not gonna do
You're not gonna do all that?
No,
Damn, I
no.
always wanted to try that.
Maybe you can do it. Well, maybe you gotta go to them and try it.
I have a really interesting, like whatever you're just talking. I like to imagine stuff. So like I see the world, like if you tell me the story, I see the pictures. So it's like visual. And when you start talking about like, yeah, I have a license, I'm gonna have a license, and I want to travel. For some reason, I just imagine someone in London, like a barber shop, play the Vision music from the. I was like, and
That'd be
this
dope.
lady just walking around, just looking how they're like a beardy man's with the weird hats, like do like their procedures. For some reason, it's like that's my picture. You know what I
Of
mean?
me in London,
because
that'd be dope.
because if you do lots of different stuff, I don't know. I personally want to like incorporate everything in one thing. Like
Right,
it's
yeah.
you want like it's not like you're trying to show off everything. Look, I have like here I'm dancing, here I'm singing, and here I'm painting at the same time.
Right.
You know, like it's like you want to incorporate all your knowledge, all your
Like
experience.
put it all into like one box.
Yeah.
I call it my Pandora box. I just put everything in there. Yep, because it just all fits in there. It's all a bunch of crazy stuff.
You said you want to travel. What's the first place if you like started traveling? What's the
If I
first
really
place that you want to
could.
go? First, second, and third.
First, second, I would like to go to New Zealand. My mom, she's Polynesian. My grandmother, she's in New Zealand. So I'd love to go visit her. Like I never met her before. So that's definitely like a dream of mine to go see her. I would love to go to the islands. Like I've never seen the water. Like I haven't been out of states yet. Like I haven't been overseas yet. So that's definitely like a dream of mine. Like I love being by the water. I'm a Cancer, so I'm like, yeah, like I would like to be on the beach, looking sexy, just like yeah, basking in the wind. Yep. Yep. And I would love to. I think this is so cliche, but like Paris. Like I want to feel the aesthetic of the atmosphere, you know, and the people and the culture. Like I really want to like just like understand it and learn it. Like I think that's the biggest thing too about traveling. Like it's just understanding like the people who is around and stuff like that. Like yeah, those would be my top three.
Where do you was abroad? Like you was outside of America. Where you was?
I've only been to Turkey, but it was for a job. I was a government contractor back in the day, and that's all I'll say. It's not that crazy. I was installing cables. It's not that crazy. No, I wasn't. But no, and then we've been to Canada together, and then Marie's from Ukraine.
Nice.
Yeah, Europe is actually beautiful. I believe for me it's like artistically, as architecture and everything is like so different than America. America is kind of young, if you look at that like historically. But yeah, I for some reason I don't know. I will share. I really curious. The Mexican pyramids, like that one. It's just so interesting. The Mayan stuff. It's like wow.
Yeah,
That's
that's hard.
crazy.
Yeah. But it's so hot.
Yeah.
I'm just so scared. It's like I might die. It's like this heat is gonna kill me. Oh my goodness.
What about the music? Do you have any plans specifically in the music? Like in the near future? Yeah.
I have I have a couple singles that's dropping in the summertime, so definitely check them out when they come out. I'm not going to say the dates.
Anything you could tell us about it a little bit? Title?
I mean, if you look on my Instagram, yeah, I don't want to say it. Go on my Instagram at UC Vision and go look for yourself. It's up there. But I do have a song that's dropping, and I have a lot of content that'll be dropping in the next couple weeks. So I have the Good Soup, I have the recipe platform as well. I have reels. I have a Freestyle Friday coming up. I got mic drops. I got a whole bunch of stuff that's dropping. So I'm just ready to show you guys. I'm really excited because a lot of my work that I've done too has been done last year. So a lot of it is old that I haven't edited yet or I haven't put out there yet. So I'm just excited to see people's reactions. Yeah.
And you do so much. Like how do you keep up with all of it?
God and sleep. God, sleep, and smoothies get me through the day. I ain't gonna lie. Yeah, life be hitting. Life be lifing. I ain't gonna lie. Life's hard. But I've been doing it for so long. Like some things people are born with and some people are taught. You know what I'm saying? A lot of things I feel like with me is embedded within me. So I have that, mentality and that go and just go get it in the morning. Like early bird gets the worm. Like I'm up at 4 or 5 every day.
Oh, God bless you.
For no reason. Like it's not even a reason for it. Like I wish I'd be up to I'm up at 4 to go to the gym. No, I just be up. I got work on it.
You got the getting up part done. Now it's just like doing something. Yeah.
As long as I'm up, I'm like, okay, I can start the day. But yeah, I mean, sometimes it differs. It differs on the day. But I have school, I told you. So
Right.
And I told you I have a child as well. So, I got to take him to school. I got to make sure I'm up. And, So it's just like, I really can't, man, I don't do drugs. So I don't be on steroids. I don't do none of that. So I really just get up and go get it every day. I really just pray and just tell myself, like, you got this. And just go out there and be the best version I can. And, a lot of people don't understand too, like, you gotta put in a lot of work. A lot of things won't happen until you put in the work. And people get, stagnant. People get really like down and low because life be life. And like, just push through it. It's hard. It is. And if you're emotional like me, just cry it out. You'll be all right. Just cry it out. Punch a bag, punch a pillow. Don't hurt nobody. I don't condone violence or domestic abuse. Don't do that.
No, please don't.
I don't. So yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Well, thank you for sharing that, and thank you for letting people know not to commit domestic violence.
No, just don't do that. Don't.
Very important.
Don't commit domestic violence.
Just a reminder, yeah. It's for the kids. We love the kids.
Oh, I thought you were saying domestic violence was for the kids.
Only for the kids. Yeah, that was bad.
Sorry.
Sorry. Cut that. Oh man.
I just wanted personal question. Do you have a child? You said how old? Like it's a boy, girl.
He's a boy. His
a
name's
boy.
Tracy.
Nice. How old is he?
He's 6. He will be 7 July 1st.
Old enough to start working and paying their share.
Right. Yo, he's the bomb at Fortnite. I'm always gonna talk about my son. He's the bomb. He's 6, and I be playing Fortnite with him. Like, yeah, he's the greatest.
That is.
He be texting me, sending me pictures of his PJs. Like, Mom, you like this? I'm like, yeah. Like, he's dope. I love my son. Yeah.
I think Fortnite is still a viable career choice, so just keep that in mind.
I was talking to somebody about it. I was like, I should put my son on the stream. Get him a little headset. Like, he's cool. His name's Flat Sheep on Fortnite. I'm not going to give his whole thing out.
Yeah.
But it's cool. I don't remember it anyway. But Flat Sheep, we have, our little moments and stuff like that. But, yeah, shout out Tracy. Shout out Trey. You feel me? Yeah, he's the greatest. He is.
Besides his talent in Fortnite, does he take, any kind of artistic...
He likes to draw, and he's very stern. He's like, hey, Like, mommy, like, I like to draw. I don't like to color it in, though. I just want to draw. I said, okay. I said, so you want to be a painter? He said, no, I want to be a drawer. Okay, you want to be an artist. Okay, you just want to just draw? Like, you want to, like, stencil things? That's cool. I don't think he wants to color. I don't think he gets, like, annoyed when he doesn't color inside the lines. He gets so frustrated with himself. I'm like, baby, it's okay. Like, I like to color. So he's like the opposite. Like, I like to color, but I don't really like to draw. And he likes to draw, but he don't really like to color it in. So then there'll be some times where, like, I'll be like, draw me a picture, and I'll color it. So, that's something else that we do as well as mommy and son bonding, besides Fortnite. Besides Fortnite.
Did he listen to your song?
Man, he be snitching on me, dog. He be snitching. Like, he got in a car one time. I'll tell you a little story. I got in a car one time. And I usually play Visions at night. He loves Visions at night. And I had some other song on. He said, mommy. I said, yes, honey. He said, did you just curse? I said, mommy, that wasn't me. He's like, oh, okay. I said, what happens in this car? Stay in this car, right? He's like, yeah. I said, okay, so if you hear any curse words in here, they stay in the car, okay? Man, this little boy ran and told my dad. He told Papa. I said, God. He was like, listen, I just want to let you know your son came to me the other day. I said, what he say? He said, he told me what happened in the car. I said, what happened in the car? He said, you was cursing in the car. I said, I wasn't cursing. It was a different song. He said, but why you playing the car? I said, you know what? My bad. You're right. You're right. I ain't going to argue with you. You're right. My fault. It was just one little slip. Right. I just won't play it. Because, boy, kids will tell on you. They will tell on you. Boy, I don't care how much you love them. They will tell you, well, mommy did this, and oh, mommy got me this. Like, they're so excited to tell people.
They can't hold it.
They can't hold water. Can't. Like, just be careful telling your kids. Whatever. Just be careful.
I want to ask you this because I see you have a lot of tattoos, and like Marie's a tattoo artist, so we're all interested in tattoos. Yeah. And you said your son's an artist. Would you ever have him design a tattoo for you?
Yeah.
Has he?
I've been waiting. No.
Oh.
Should ask him. That's a great question. I thought that was too forward. Like at a young age, like he's 4 or 5, like draw a tattoo. Like he wouldn't get it.
Right.
Like I would want him to kind of be a little bit more older so he could put a little bit more significant meaning to it. You know what I'm saying? Instead of just being a draw. It's cool though. I keep all of his pictures though. But I have 2 tattoos 3 actually, that's in remembrance of him. So I have a lion tattoo, which is a mother cub and a son cub, which resembles us. And then I have a rose with Trey because he's my firstborn. He's my firstborn son. And then I got dinosaurs. So they're in different colors. And that was the first thing that he loved when he first started to learn like things. So like he loved dinosaurs. So then it got all of his favorite colors: red, orange, green, blue. His favorite colors in that order. In that order, yes. And he can name all of them. Yeah, he's great, man. Like I have no problems with him. Like I don't have any like normal issues with kids. Like he may not like. He's a boy. He may not wash his hands after he use the bathroom. Like go wash your hands. Like dirty butt. Like go wash your hands. But like other than that, like he don't like bite kids or like fight kids or like you don't throw poop on the wall, like crazy stuff. I don't know crazy stories about kids or like they get in a flour and peanut butter and wipe it all over their face. I never had that.
Okay, well I'm glad to hear he doesn't throw poop on the wall.
They think it's so fun and it's harmless, but like I haven't had anything crazy.
I'm over here like, ew, not washing your hands after the bathroom, and you just throw the rest of it out there.
It's like, yeah, mom. Like that. Like I mean, some people have crazy stories. I watch a lot of Steve Wilkos, so I be hearing some shit. I ain't gonna lie. I be hearing stories. I'm like, man, it happened to me. It happened to me. Hey. Yo, they got people trying to come in here. I heard something over there earlier too, because I looked at you.
No, it's just this place, something from the ceiling. We could.
Sometimes it just falls on the table.
Yeah, we're in Northeast Philly. It's just what it is.
It's an old building. Pretty old.
It's pretty old.
I thought it was bug. Could have fooled me. Like, shoot. Creepy crawlies.
He do karate.
Me?
you
No,
do karate?
She sometimes do karate for me. It's like, you want to see karate?
yeah, and you ever watch It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia? I just do like ridiculous stuff.
Yeah, it's kind of like The Office.
Yeah.
He's like, Office is funny.
No, I'm a certified white belt. I'm one out of 5 kids, and my father took us to like a karate class, and he was going to enroll us, and saw how expensive it was. So like we didn't go back. We just got our white belt, and that's it.
White belt is just when you come in, right?
Yeah, pretty much. It's like, yeah, like here you go. Yeah, so I'm a certified white belt. I like to tell people that.
Well, congratulations.
Thank you. But yeah, let's move on from
Good
that.
to have you on the academy.
Thanks. So we got a lot to look forward to. More music on the way in the summer. More content. Barbering license soon.
Sir.
Anything else before we close that we have something to look forward to? Just keep an eye out.
Literally, just be on the lookout. You see vision, you see me. So just keep a lookout.
Awesome. And before we sign off, I just want to give you the camera one more time to let people know where to find you.
Again, my name is V. Vision Wise V. You can call me by any of those names. And you can follow me on all platforms at UC Vision. Like, you can Google me too. Like, you type in UC Vision, like everything pops up. But yeah, go check out my content. Go check out my YouTube. I have another interview out with Kaylin's.
Shout out to them. Yeah.
Shout out Kaylin's. So yeah, definitely tap in, guys.
That being said, picture time.